on how to tell if your hormones are out of balance. So, if you're new here, welcome. If you're a regular, welcome back. I'm Shae, one of the naturopaths here at the Lucy Rose Clinic. As a naturopath and part of a team who specialise in thyroid health and hormonal balance, we see subtle changes in our hormones that can significantly impact our daily lives. Today, we will explore the signs of hormonal imbalance and natural approaches to restoration. If you feel that you are dragging yourself through each day and really feeling like a shadow of your former self, this might be a great topic for you. So settle in with a nice cup of tea. My tea of choice is calendula today, a wonderfully restorative herb for the lymphatic and immune systems, and very healing both internally and externally for our tissues. So if you aren't quite feeling yourself, you're not alone. Here at the Lucy Rose Clinic, we've helped over 30,000 people reclaim their vitality in the past decade. And today, we will go over the signs that your hormones might not be working with you, and more importantly, how to turn things around. So let's start with a quick check-in. Does this sound like you? You're exhausted no matter how sleep you get or how much sleep you get. Steady on there, Shae. Or have trouble falling or staying asleep, or both. Frankly, the worst, I think. The weight keeps creeping up despite your best efforts with diet and exercise. And brain fog is making you doubt your competence at work and in social situations. Like when someone tells you their name or their children's name and you forget it straight away, that sort of thing. Your moods are on a roller coaster you can't control, and things fuss you that never used to. So these can all be signs that something is out of balance in our biochemistry. Think of hormones as your body's messenger system. So they're chemical signals that coordinate everything from energy to mood to metabolism and reproduction. And key players include our thyroid hormones, managing our metabolism and energy, adrenal hormones. We all know about adrenal hormones, right? Poor old cortisol, the villain, one of our stress response hormones. But there are others as well. They all play a part. None of these work well in isolation. Our sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and it's all about the ratio here. And then insulin for blood sugar regulation. So changes in appetites can be common as a common sign, if you like. So going more into that, when these messengers aren't communicating properly, various symptoms can emerge. So physical signs would be unexplained weight changes, like we mentioned before, and this can be up or down. Any unexplained or unintentional changes to your weight should be looked into. Fatigue and or energy crashes. There comes a point where you can't just keep saying that you're tired, right? It's frustrating. Irregular sleep patterns. Disrupted sleep has got to be one of the worst things about being an adult, in my opinion. And you can just steadily get worse at both, right? It tends to be cyclic. And then it kicks on to the next day. And then it has an impact on things like energy and how sharp we feel. And so really how good a day we have really does start with how the night before with how good a sleep we get, right? Hair changes. So hair loss or like unusual growth. Skin issues. I mean, look, skin will often be one of the first places we will visibly see change. And this can be things like psoriasis, dermatitis, adult acne, congestion, but also sensitivities to things that, you've been using for ages. So you've been using the same moisturizer for years and it no longer feels like it's working, or it feels like maybe it's irritating your skin, excess dryness or itching, anything like that. And then temperature sensitivity. So hot flashes, yes, but also think of it more as your tolerance to changes in temperature or your tolerance to hot or cold environments. How well does your body adapt? Are you looking for a jumper and everyone else is still in like shorts and a t-shirt, or the reverse? Is everyone else rugging up and you're sitting there sitting there in shorts and a t-shirt? Like these sorts of like huge swings in tolerance can be a sign of something as well. And then we have the emotional or the mental signs, and that's mood swings, anxiety, depression, and brain fog. And this is a bit of a catch-all phrase, and it includes things like not being able to recall well, or like reading the same page over and over and it's not sinking in, like you're not retaining new knowledge easily. Like when someone gives you instructions on how to get somewhere and like you immediately forget as soon as they say, and then take the second right. It's inconvenient, right? And it can be stressful, and it can be awkward or embarrassing. So, these are things that can all have an underlying link into hormonal imbalance. Irritability, like this needs its own section away from mood swings. This is what we call a reduced tolerance to stress, which is a nice way of saying really cranky. But these aren't just minor inconveniences, right? Like they're stealing your life away. We've seen how hormonal imbalances really erode confidence. They place a strain on professional and personal relationships. They can impact your sense of security or your sense of competence and achievement at work. And they can also really kind of rob you of the daily joys of making memories and enjoying things with your family and friends, because your social battery is non-existent. You shouted at the kids, you shouted at the cat or your husband, or also all of them, and now you're just overwhelmed and just not on top of things, and it's an awful feeling, and it adds up. These things all add up and can have a huge impact on your quality of life. So there's also the contributing factors to this, right? That it can kind of perpetuate the cycle. The sort of things that disrupt hormone imbalances, or things like chronic stress, poor sleep quality. It leads to low energy, which leads to you're less inclined to exercise. We might have nutritional deficiencies because we're burning through nutrients at a faster rate because we're stressed and we're tired. We're reaching for high energy foods for that quick energy payoff, and they're usually processed or really high in sugar and salt. And then we're tired because environmental toxins start to build up, and then we're not getting good quality sleep, and it all just keeps going round, right? And the body struggles to keep up. You're just in the cycle of being overwhelmed, fatigue, run down, all of the things that we've talked about, all of the things that really are so common, There's lots of things you can do, and I'm sure that most of these, but sometimes we need to be reminded on what we need to focus on. And that's things like a whole food diet, prioritizing sleep, because sleep really is so important for recharging every aspect. It's setting you up for a good day the next day. Regular exercise or movement. We need to work on how we manage our stress. Like, do we need some digital detox periods throughout the week? What is our sleep hygiene like? But most of all, we need to reduce the overwhelm right away, because there's so many, right options, and there's so many possible right answers. It's so hard to know what will be the best fit for you as an individual. And, we need to remember that hormonal balance is unique to the individual. It's unique to each person. So while all these signs can indicate a hormonal imbalance, proper testing and professional guidance are essential for accurate diagnosis and treatment. It's so important to listen to your body as well, and to seek support when you feel it's needed. So this is part of what makes our approach at the Lucy Rose Clinic so different. Not only do we have a huge amount of cumulative experience across our team, we do comprehensive investigative functional testing that includes hormone panels, food sensitivity testing, adrenal function, nutritional level assessments. It's taking the guesswork out for you, right? Once we establish your biochemistry, we personalize your treatment to what we see in the results and to your unique needs. And then you also get ongoing support and coaching throughout the journey from practitioners who truly understand hormone health. And that's such a huge piece of it as well, because I think we just shoulder the burden and struggle along so much of the time. We really don't have to. But if you're experiencing unexplained fatigue, weight gain, mood swings, you're fed up with being told everything's normal when you just know something's not right, and you're ready to reclaim your vitality and health, then don't let another day slip by feeling less than your best self. Go ahead and book a free 15-minute consultation today. You can find the link to do so through our website. And other than that, have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, everyone. Be gentle with yourselves, and I will see you next time.